Hey, welcome back, guys. We just got back from a 41-day cruise, so we're just going to give you our take on what long-term cruising is like.
Living on a cruise.
Living on a cruise ship.
It went by quickly. It really did. It did help. I don't know if help is the word, but it was wonderful that for the last 2 weeks that we were on board, we were with family and friends. So that was pretty awesome.
Was nice.
That was pretty awesome. We are going to start this by category. So we're going to start with pros, cons, prices, and then our take. So let's go and dive right in with pros. What were the pros?
Well, and quickly, too, we did Dole on Celebrity, so
yes.
same cruise line, so there's not an imbalance from one cruise line to the other. And we did 2 different ships. So we did a transatlantic for 2 weeks, and we did have to go 2 days in between. Stay in Fort Lauderdale in Florida, and then we got another ship, but then we did 4 back-to-back, so then it was 4 weeks altogether on the same ship. So.
Yes, that's right.
To let you know how we did it.
We did stay with Celebrity. Yes, we stayed with the same cruise line for the entire time.
Yeah. So now the pros.
The pros. So I'll
great
let you
food.
start.
Great food.
That's your thing. I mean, my thing too. But
could be a con. We'll get to that after, but the food was fantastic. Celebrity did a really good job with it, and lots of food, great food.
And it's not that there's just lots. It's good food. Everything we had was tasty. I don't think there's anything that we didn't like. Everything was really good. So definitely a pro. They've got fabulous food. Now, one of the nice things about cruising and living on a cruise full time is that everything you need is on board. So Blair had said this earlier to me, and it was the fact that it's not just a resort on the water, it's a city on the water. So it's got everything that you need.
Everything's there.
Yes. And so when I talk about everything you need, we're going to go through all of that. But there's everything. That being said, when you go with lots of food, that means there are lots of choices for food. So there are international flavors. So you've got everything from Indian to Mexican to burgers to fine dining. It is available. Seafood. It is available. Whether you choose to just go to the dining room, whether you choose to go buffet, whether you choose to the specialty restaurants. Yeah, it's got everything. Steakhouses. Food, there's food everywhere. And I will mention that one of the pros is if you're not up to being up and around, you can order room service. I will just say that there is a charge for that. But if you're one of the people and you've got a balcony and you want to sit and enjoy your morning coffee and have a little snack before you start your day, you can do continental room service. They have the little papers that you fill out and you hang it on the back of your door.
That's complimentary.
And that part is complimentary, yes. So if that's something you like to do in the morning to start your day, that is available to you.
But if you wanted a bigger meal or, not the continental breakfast, then there's a charge for that.
Right.
But the cafes on board are really good too. And they have some food there. They usually switched up. So mornings you can get pastries, sometimes donuts,
little
along with your coffee or whatever. And then, egg sandwich. Then later on, they'll have more like sandwiches, some different bites of that. And then usually in the evening, they have some really nice desserts there.
Desserts, yeah. There's desserts there all day. I'm not going to say there's not.
Dessert.
Yes, I did enjoy a dessert there instead of getting one in the dining room after dinner. Just because they're a little bit smaller and they just look, I'd see it on our way down to the dining room, like, oh, I'm coming back for one of these. So they always had a snack available for you throughout the day. They always had pizza throughout the day. By the pool, they had burgers and hot dogs. Like, you're not going to starve. There's always food. There's always food. So it's nice.
Now, drinks, there's a big variety of drinks. In the morning in the buffet, there's coffee included, like regular coffee. If you do want to get like an espresso or a cappuccino or latte, you can get that too, but there's an upcharge for that.
There's a cost. They had hot chocolate too.
Hot chocolates, nice.
Teas
included, teas. Usually juices in the morning. In the afternoon, there's lemonade, fruit punch, stuff like that. So there's always something to drink, even if you don't have a drink package. charge. So it works out good.
That's right. And as I mentioned, snacks throughout the day, you've got that anywhere on board. You might have to go for a walk, get off your chair, your lounger to go find something to eat, but there's definitely snacks.
Now, a pro for long term
Yes.
is laundry.
Yes.
And laundry, you can get them to do it. There is a charge for that, but it is nice and convenient that you don't have to go do your own laundry or look for something off
laundromat,
the
right?
ship. You can do it all right there. Like the ship has everything.
Yep. Like I said, everything. And not only that, it also has entertainment. So you can be
Yeah,
entertained
lots of
in
entertainment.
various ways, whether you want them to do a big production show for you, whether you want people to come on board and they're doing the jugglers, magicians, singers. They've
Pianists,
got
guitarists.
Yeah, they've got that. They also have the lounges, and all of the different lounges will have different assortment of music, from jazz to 80s night to ABBA to disco. They've got all of that you can go and enjoy. They have contests. They have games throughout the day.
And you can win prizes too.
Win
I won
prizes.
this neat little thing on the back.
Yes.
You can keep your room card in there.
Yes.
And I'm
I was
actually
jealous.
keeping our business cards here now.
Yes.
Freedom on a Budget cards. So, yeah, I use it all the time.
Yeah, he won 2 contests actually. And we won
Deck of cards, I
deck
think it
cards as
was.
well. Yeah,
Playing
so
cards.
just little games, but it's just fun to partake in your
So there's lots going on.
A lot going on.
Check it out. So, there's not just sun tanning and
Not just sitting around.
eating. There are a lot of other stuff going on too. Oh, and that's too. They usually have guests
So I was
that come
gonna
on,
say, the guest
and they
speakers.
do these special talks. One guy did one on Top Gun, and that he was
He's in the
Air
aviation
Force,
industry.
pilot. Fascinating guy. So they got some good quality people that come on too and do talks. So check those out too.
Yeah.
Use the app on your phone, or you can get a paper copy of what's going on during the day to check out all the
There's
entertainment and
so much
things going on.
Now, if you're looking for a quiet place and you don't necessarily want to do any of that, you want to go play a game or read a book, they do have a library. So there's a quiet spot there. There's no music piped in. It's very quiet. It's very relaxing. And you can find
And then
a
if you
moment.
want something a bit louder,
Yes.
go to the casino.
Yeah.
They're usually a bit louder, but
Yeah.
they have a pretty good sized casino with different table games and slot machines and poker machines and
Yes.
stuff like that.
They
So that's
have a bar
very.
in there
But
too,
just
if you
remember,
wanna-
when you're in port, everything's
right.
closed.
As I mentioned before, they do have different venues. So if you want to go to a wine bar, they have a wine bar. If you want to go to a martini bar, they've got a martini bar. They have usually a pub, and those pubs have the singer that interacts with you. Interacts with you, so you can sing along with him because he's playing a lot of really good stuff. So different venues to go and relax. Different bars have different offer different types of drinks or themes. That being said, they also do have karaoke. So if you want to go sing, that's part of the entertainment thing. You can do karaoke. There's a bar that's usually set up for just that. There's always something to do.
You're always moving around on the cruise ship, so you're in different ports each day, or you're at sea day. So the scenery is always different and really neat.
Yeah. So, and it also gives you a little snapshot of what the place is like. So I know you may only spend a day there and you may not have gotten enough. So you want to go back and check it out again. So with cruising taking you from place to place, it is nice because you do get to visit new places, and it does give you, like I said, that glimpse as to whether or not you want to go back and enjoy it for a longer term. So that is really nice. You're moving around. The other really nice thing I will say for some people who are concerned, they do have medical staff, and they do have
Facilities are
medical facilities
right on board.
right on board. And so if you are sick or you need something, they are there to look after you. I will say this, medical attention also is hand in hand with insurance. We don't speak about this very often, but we do buy insurance anytime we go. We've had instances where we've heard of people getting themselves into a really bad way and having to sell their homes in order to pay for medical issues that they had in a different country.
Yeah, it's not worth it to save a couple bucks.
No.
It's money well spent. If you don't get to use it, awesome, fantastic. But if there's in that case of emergency you need it, then that covers it, and you're not out of pocket.
It's great that you do have medical care should you need it. It's right there.
And then Wi-Fi on the ships, now they're pretty well all Starlink. And what we found is the connection's much faster, much better. And whereas years before it wasn't as good. So that's a bonus on the ships, that
Great
the Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi.
is much better if you got to stay connected or just sending pictures and watching YouTube, freedom on a budget.
There you go. There you go. Then you can watch it.
You can watch it while you're
Exactly.
lounging around the ship.
And we also just heads up for you. Blair did some research and he found we've got an eSIM, and we bought basically data for the Caribbean. So when you're not on the ship and you're on an island, you can use now your data to message your friends and family. You can't really do that on the ship if you don't have Wi-Fi. The prices are just ridiculous. But once you get to the Caribbean, so you may want to look into getting an eSIM so that you can, for whichever area you're going in. And we've done this in all of our travels, whether we're in Southeast Asia to the Caribbean to Turkey. Like we have a card. So that's one of the bonuses too.
And that comes in handy to stay in touch with
Yes.
family at home.
Exactly. So one of the things that the cruises always have is a pool. So if not one
And
pool,
hot
they've got
tubs.
2 and 3, and hot tubs. They're the best. So that was one.
So that's a bonus.
Yeah,
There's a place to cool off,
There's a place to cool
or
off.
warm up.
Or warm up. And in our case, we spent a lot of time in the solarium. So
yeah, a little
that
bit
was
warmer,
nice.
a little bit out of the wind.
Yeah. And we don't necessarily want to be
it's a
sitting in the
bonus.
sun all of the time. So it allowed you to still be in a diffused sunlight with a place to cool off. So that was really nice. So having your pools, having the hot tubs, they have spas. So you can go get yourself a massage. You can go to the salon, get your hair done. You can get your nails done.
Barbers.
Barbers now, they're really upping up their game when they have really neat packages for grooming for men as well. And they do have a gym. So if you want to go spend some time hitting the gym, you can do that. They've got a well-stocked gym, and there's always people there. I don't know why.
Because they're eating too much.
They're eating too much. Or they're just a little bit not braver, a little bit more consistent than we are.
Yeah.
We do more walking and stairs. On the cruises, stairs all of the time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's a bonus. The gym's there.
gym is right there.
You can use it.
Oh.
Another thing too is if you have a family or some children you're bringing on, all the cruise ships have programs for the kids. They usually have like a separate area, like a splash pad or events for them to do, not just the adults.
Yeah,
So,
activities for sure.
yeah.
And they
Now-
have
now
their
with
kids club
Celebrity,
activities too.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So but it really depends on the cruise line. So depending what you're doing, if you're doing a family cruise, you might want to check out what things they have for the kids. So some have more, some have less.
They also have those kind of fun things for adults too. Things like the sports complex, you can play pickleball. They have mini putt. Some of them have bumper cars. That's more of a Royal Caribbean thing that I've seen. And rock climbing walls. But
Driving ranges.
driving range, yeah.
All kinds of things.
Yeah, and actually, Carnival has a roller coaster too. So
That's right.
again, there's a lot of things that
Water slides.
water slides. Oh yeah, yeah. So again, depending on what you want to do, that is out there. On this ship itself, it didn't have a lot of those things. It still had the pickleball and the sports areas and that sort of thing. It actually have movies outside. You can watch movies outside as well. So there are some a lot of activities to do as well if you want to keep busy and physical and run around and have
Some
fun.
ships have the flow rider too, so you
Oh,
can
right.
try surfing, which
Yes.
I tried. It's harder than it
Okay,
looks.
I'm going to pop that in because he
And,
did a really great job. I don't. do
Wendy
this-
tried the boogie boarding,
boogie
and
board.
she did very well at
Yeah,
it.
I don't want to stand and fall on my
So
head.
it's fun.
so-
There's different stuff that you might not do,
Mhm.
and
But again, so much to do, so
Yeah.
much. One of the pros I will also say with most cruise ships now is that way back in the day, way back when we first started cruising, you had 2 dining times, early and late. And most people back then always wanted early, so you got stuck with late. And late is like 8:30, so it can be quite late. So one of the nice things is they now have anytime dining. And so you can choose that route as well. So you can dine anywhere from 5 o'clock to 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And so you just go when you're ready to eat. And a lot of times we choose that option now because sometimes we find 5:30 is a little bit too early. And like 8:30 is too late. So we're like the normal crowd who wants to go at 7 o'clock. And so that is the busiest time. If you go and you're flying by the seat of your pants and you get there and you want your reservation for 7, it might be booked. So they'll give you a beeper. That's one of the pros now, is that you do have the option to eat anytime.
Now, what about the cons?
Cons?
Now, this list is smaller than the pros, so bear with us. So, like I mentioned before, the food's fabulous, but a con is you probably eat too much and you gain some weight, which I did, especially on these long cruises, like living on a cruise ship for 6 weeks. It's you start, especially at first, you want to try everything. You know, you want to try the pizza and the Indian food and the Mexican and the burgers and the fries.
It's
And
right
the steaks
there.
and the
It's
seafood,
right there.
everything like
You
that.
can't help it.
And then it's after like a week and a half of it, it's like, ooh, I gotta slow down or gotta maybe use that gym, but probably slowing down is a bit easier. Ice cream, desserts, you name it. It's
That's
so I guess that is a bit of a con, maybe not a bad con, but
yeah.
I guess
It's
it
a
is
con.
a con.
It's con. It's such a pro, but it's such a con.
Yeah.
Definitely. And the other thing I'll say, sometimes the cruises can be busy. We were on for a long amount of time. So I will say there's one week in particular, and it was the American Thanksgiving, and it was busy. And so not only was it busy by the pool all of the time,
It just felt different that week
was-
because
yeah.
there was more younger people on board that wasn't on
Because
the week
there's a
before
holiday,
and the
right?
weeks after. So it's holiday. So just keep that in mind. It really has nothing to do with the cruise line and that. It can change from week to week. And we noticed a big difference, but it was still fine. It was just, wow, this is different. Like what's going, oh yeah. Holiday week.
And we just stayed in the solarium, which was an adults only area. So that worked out
And it
fine
was
for us.
fine.
We didn't have any issues. I'm just saying cruises can be busy at certain times of day. So if you're in the buffet at lunchtime, it could be nutso in there. So when it comes to that though, cruising in general, sometimes it's hard to find a quiet place. So as a con, I'm going to say sometimes it's quite noisy.
Because there's lots going on. There's bands at the
Singing, music,
different
piped in
places.
speakers.
If that's not your thing, then there are spots you can find on the ship
They
that are
are.
quieter. But just keep that in mind. That can be a con. Yeah, another thing is gratuities. So
Gratuities are not included.
It could
okay?
be a con if you're not prepared because gratuities are extra. But a lot of people, you know, the service is great. So a lot of times, you know, you want to give them gratuities because a lot of them, they go above and beyond.
Oh, yeah. Like whether you want to give them cash.
So it can be a
on
pro
your
and a
own.
con. Let us know. Send us a comment which way
Which do
you
prefer?
feel about it.
Would you prefer to give it to them individually for those that go above and beyond and you want to thank them? Or do you want the cruise line to take and charge your credit card per day? What is your benefit, or what is your preference, I should say? We've done both, and we're now leaning towards just doing it ourselves.
Because you can adjust the
You can.
automatic gratuities. You can ask them to have it removed, and then you can go tip the people individually or leave them cash.
Yeah.
And we're kind of thinking that might be a better way.
Because we do both, and sometimes it's like, but are they going to get it? Are they? And anyways, regardless, I know there's people that hate gratuities, and there's people that
Let
like
us
if you
know
don't
in the
pay,
comments what you think.
Yeah, if you don't give gratuities, then you're just rotten, going to hell. I don't know. But needless to say, gratuities though in the price of the cruise, that is not included. Okay.
So other extra costs too is drink packages. So that can be a con too because those drink packages are pretty expensive. And there's always like a controversy. Should we get it? Should we get it? What's the value? And what we found is if you're paying just straight for the drink package, it's expensive and you have to drink a lot. And especially for these long-term cruises, maybe a week or so, or the first week or so is okay. But after that, it's like, well, there's almost too much, and you can't drink enough to cover what the drink package is. So, but if you're looking for a cruise, see if they include it. Sometimes they have perks with that, and
or if you know you want to get it, do not wait till you get on board because you're going to pay full price.
Yeah, then it's
prior
expensive.
To the cruises. In
Usually
most
have
cases,
a
they've got
discount.
discounts, whether it's 10%, 20%. We've seen it as much as 30, 35%. So look for those deals. Do not wait until you're on ship, okay? Because it's just it's going to cost you more when you don't need to. Yeah, because it is inclusive of a lot of things. So yeah, there is a pro to getting one. We're just saying, as a con, it can be expensive, and make sure that you can drink enough or to justify the purchase. And the less you spend to buy that package, it becomes more justifiable. And I think that's about it for cons. I want to talk to you about our perks, because as we mentioned all of these things, there's some things that didn't really apply to us because we do have status. And when we have status, that gives you perks. And some may, be ones that we don't really care about, but some of them do make a difference in the way we travel. So, especially on cruising. So, roll it over to you, because this is your expertise.
Yeah. So the cruise lines have shares in their company, and if you own a certain amount of shares, and usually they're all that I know of, you have to have a minimum of 100 shares in the company, and then you get a benefit by being a shareholder. So, and then you can apply to get a credit, onboard credit. So usually, there's like 3 different levels. 6 days and unders, you get $50 to spend
Shipboard credit.
on shipboard credit. 7 days to usually 14 days is $100, and over 14 days is $250. So we took advantage of that because we did a lot of cruising.
We used ours for our shipboard credit for the most part. So yeah,
The spa.
The spa, you want to buy anything, you want to buy pictures, I bought a hat actually.
Yep.
So yeah, you can use that money for something.
Yep.
So it's a really nice bonus. So definitely look into that.
Budget.
So for our perk, that was one of the things. We booked, the 5 cruises. And so because of that, we got the shipboard credit from the cruise line. We got shipboard credit from the shareholder. We got shipboard credit from the cruise
really adds up.
The cruise agent or the travel agent.
Cruise we had over $400 in shipboard credits, so it's really nice.
Yeah, but I was going to say that they also they gave us an additional $50 per cruise as a discount, like not a shipboard credit, but as a discount for the back-to-back. So
yeah, on each
again,
cruise.
Like you got to do some homework a little bit, but quite honestly, the cruise price will usually be the same. And so what you want to do is just get the perks somewhere else. So our travel agent pops it up enough so that it just makes us feel better about booking with them because we're getting most bang for our buck.
Now, if you are doing long-term cruises, there's different levels that as the more you cruise, there's different levels and there's perks along with that as you move up the chain in their points or status with them. So, and that can include anything like drinks, laundry. What else is in there? Wi-Fi,
so
sometimes
for us,
Wi-Fi minutes.
We had drinks, right? Depending on the cruise ship, they're 2 different things. So with this one, it was 2 hours of drinks. So not just alcohol, we would get bottles of water at that point too, so that we can bring them back to our room.
Pop.
We got some pop.
Sodas.
Having status gave us 2 or 3 bottles of water in our room waiting for us anyways, but that's not going to last you for the 15 days or whatever, 13 days it was. So that's when we would stock up on some water or some pop for the next day. Other cruise lines include, like with Royal, it's you get 5 free drinks a day, and that would be alcoholic or pop or water, but it's throughout the day. So with our perks, we get drinks. We also got laundry, like you said. So especially when we're on for that length of time, we each get a bag of clothes. So we were able to get our laundry done, which is a really
so we
nice
didn't have to
perk.
worry about that for, doing the long-term cruising.
And this comes
That's
back
a
all
bonus.
nicely folded and smelling fresh. So
Yeah.
that was nice too.
Usually they include some kind of Wi-Fi too, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
minutes or some the cruise lines. It's a 24-hour period, like a day,
Mm-hmm.
that you get unlimited Wi-Fi connection.
We also got
So
discounts.
that's good too.
Whether you were buying a drink package or photos or something in their store. Shipboard, excuse me, when we were booking the shore excursions, we were able to get discounts on that as well because we did do a couple of excursions. So we get bonuses like that as well. And
Special events.
special events. That's
They
kind of
do
cool.
wine tasting. We did a wine and painting. Not sure how the painting turned out.
It wasn't painting. It was the drawing.
Oh, it was a drawing.
It was a drawing.
Oh, yeah.
You actually did really well. He did really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, they pour you a glass of wine and they teach you how to draw. So
Yeah.
that was fun. So there's always something to do. We haven't said this yet. The biggest pro is the crew, like the service, the people that look after you. They're
they're
cleaning your
really
plates.
good.
They're making your beds. They're like the crew. Hats off to them. They are fabulous, amazing, spectacular. All of those words. We had such great people looking after us, and we really appreciate that. But let's hit numbers now. So I kind of just want to do it the easiest way possible, so it's just go cut and dry. We spent 41 nights, okay, on a cruise. And those 41 nights translated to $255.33 for the two of us, Canadian. Okay, so per day. So if you stayed at a hotel, just a hotel, you're looking at, if you want a nice hotel, you're looking at $200. So
But
for
this is including
$55,
all the things we talked about, all the food and sometimes drinks, sometimes Wi-Fi, laundry.
everything.
So it's, we think it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, so that's
And it's a nice way to travel.
yeah,
too.
so it's $255.33 Canadian, which makes it $188.19 US, and that's for two people. Okay, so that is crazy, but that's that's everything. So
would you do it again?
So conclusion. So one thing I'm going to say is that we are budget travelers, though. When it comes down to it, we'd rather see more places more often than just do one thing and spend a lot. So it is expensive for your budget because we would stay at a hotel for $200 a night for maybe a week. Maybe two if we're pushing it. So when you're doing that long term, yes, I realize it includes your food and everything. I just think there's a lot of other places.
There are cheaper ways to travel.
In this case, it's expensive to do every day.
You need to budget a little bit
You
more
need to
for
budget,
it because it will cost.
It's just
It
like I
will
said,
cost a bit more, but
it includes so much more. So I know for our budget right now to do this at $200 a day is a little bit more expensive than we're personally willing to pay. However, it's still a great price. But I will also say one of the things we realized is it's just too much food. Like food, too much all of the time. Like that's just overboard for me. It's too much. But that's just me. The other thing we did notice, we notice this everywhere we go. We do miss our family. We miss our family and friends. And that's one of the really nice things about Wi-Fi is that we get to do some video chats with the family and the friends. So that is really nice. And did we mention the eSIM?
I think you did earlier, but
so that helped.
Definitely helps. Sometimes you don't need a Wi-Fi package. And what we did for this long-term cruising is we use what minutes we had with the ship, especially when you're like sea days and stuff like that. But when you're in port, you can get an eSIM and you automatically connect to their towers. And then you have data there, and it's much cheaper than buying the whole Wi-Fi package for the whole cruise. So,
now, we did have a great time. Like, it was fabulous. It was
great.
relaxing. And as I mentioned, we were with friends and family for the last 2 weeks, so that was fabulous.
it's great to be able to try it out. That's the longest we've been on.
So definitely the longest. And we lived
ship.
on a cruise, and it was fabulous.
Yeah.
We did make a routine we started a routine after that first week of wildness. You start a routine, the things that you do each day, best place to go, where we go for a walk, where we want to go grab a coffee, where we want to go sit, where's our favorite restaurant, where, like all those things. You do make a
You
routine.
get to know the ship.
You get
pretty
to know
good.
the ship, and they get to know us. So that was also a really nice thing. Is oh, you're on this one again. Oh, you're here for a back to back. Oh yeah, we're on for 4 weeks. Oh,
Yeah, a
that's
lot
so
of times
nice.
they
And-
would notice, oh, you're back again.
yeah. Well, and like before we go for dinner, I wanted a big glass of water, and he would keep going back, and they knew him by name because he was. We go to the same guy because as soon as he sees us, he helps us. Now, is that a perk? Yes. And so we enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to say,
That's nice.
yeah, I'm not going to say we didn't enjoy it. We really did. Yeah. We are avid cruisers. And I know in the other video, we had said we'd been on 70 cruises. We're now at 74. So we love cruising. Okay. So cruising will be a part of our lives forever, basically.
Yeah.
But at this point in time, I think we both agreed we loved living on the cruise. There were so many more pros than cons. However, at this time in our lives, there are too many other wonderful places that we want to visit. As much as this has been wonderful, it's not for us right now. However, we can see it being part of our lives later on when maybe we don't want to do those long flights anymore, when we don't want to, we don't have the facilities, movement, walking, whatever. I can see it being a part of our lives. In the future, we may consider it. I really think so. Because when it comes down to it, it is long-term quite expensive.
Yeah.
It is. But some people are doing it, and hats off and kudos to them. They have found their niche, and this is something they want to do. And like I said, in the future, I can see it being ours. But right now, I think cruising is fabulous for maybe a month, and then it's time to go see something else.
Do something else.
Yes. So
Follow our adventures,
Yes.
Freedom on a Budget.
if you haven't seen them, go
And-
back and watch them.
Yeah, and the next one, see where we're going, and we're going to be doing more than just cruising. So
Yes.
yeah, check out our other videos. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and that really helps the channel grow so we can do more things like this. Do some reviews for you and show you different parts of the world.
Leave us a comment if this is something you would be interested in doing. Can you see yourself living on a cruise full time? I've given you the numbers for this cruise per se. Would that work for you? Let us know. But thank you again for watching and for following along. And if you're boarding a cruise anytime soon, bon voyage and happy cruising.
Adventure awaits.
Adventure waits. So after spending 6 weeks living aboard Celebrity Cruise Lines, would we do it again? Honestly, yes. It really was an unforgettable chapter for us. That being said, for our budget-minded lifestyle right now, it is a bit more expensive than we'd realistically want to sustain long-term. See you next Sunday. We've got even more adventures waiting for us.